Willing. Ready to help or do something when needed. She is always willing to help her friends. She is more than willing to babysit the children. They are no longer willing to give us a discount. She is willing to discuss the problem. He was a willing helper. Born. To begin to exist. Their baby was born prematurely. I was born into poverty. He was born to wealthy parents. He was born with many medical problems.
Born. Having a natural ability or skill. She is a born leader.
Bright. Having a lot of light, having a strong color, smart. Her daughter is very bright. The lights in the room became too bright. The sun shines bright. The candle burns bright. The light is extremely bright. The lamps in the house are surprisingly bright. The sky is still bright. She is an exceptionally bright child. He's a bright boy. He uses bright colors in his artwork. There was a bright flash in the sky. The bright sky shined through the window.
Broad. Wide, general. His area of study is extremely broad. The discussion topics were quite broad. This road isn't broad enough. This product has broad appeal. The meeting will cover a broad area of topics. She likes men with broad backs. This is a very broad river. There was a broad variety of food at the reception.
Capital. The city where a government is located. The money used to start a business. Your business idea will require a great deal of startup capital. We have offices in all of the major capitals. We are studying about the state capital. This is the financial capital of the world. Do you have enough capital to start a business? She's acquired a lot of capital to start her own business. I won't invest capital in internet companies. He is rich in capital assets. They are analyzing capital costs. He acquired enough capital funding for his new business. She received a capital gain on her property. What is the capital value of your property? What is the capital of New York? There was rioting in the nation's capital. Challenge. Something difficult. An invitation to fight or compete. It was a big challenge for us. He will face difficult challenges. This will be the key challenge. We are facing fresh challenges. She is anticipating exciting challenges. What are the economic challenges? He posed an effective challenge. The lawyer offered a legal challenge. Will he accept the challenge? We will address the new challenge. Budget cuts will create new challenges. She relishes a challenge. How will we overcome the challenges? He received a challenge from his rival. She offered a challenge to her students.
Challenge. To question whether something is true or not, to ask someone to fight or compete. His leadership was directly challenged. She successfully challenged the government. The economy is constantly challenging us. Are you seriously challenging me? Do you seek to challenge the law? He challenged the law for fairness. Are you going to challenge me on this? He challenged her to a cooking competition.
Comfortable. Feeling good or relaxed. These pants are extremely comfortable. I'm perfectly comfortable here. Are you comfortable enough? The hotel is reasonably comfortable. I feel comfortable. You look comfortable. How can I make you comfortable? I can't get comfortable. I do not feel comfortable about going alone. I don't feel comfortable with the situation. This is a comfortable armchair. We are staying in a very comfortable house. I need to buy more comfortable clothes.
Constantly. All the time. Always. He is constantly alert. She is constantly surprised by his actions. They constantly argue. She constantly reminds me that I'm late. Scientists are constantly searching for proof. My mother constantly talks about my future.
Describe. To explain what someone or something is like. Can you accurately describe the lost wallet? She vividly described the painting. He clearly described the situation to his boss. The man briefly described what happened. I cannot describe how it happened. Can you describe the effect?
Despite. In spite of, without being affected by. The kids were playing outside despite the rain. She finished the marathon despite her injured foot. The singer went on stage despite having the flu. He remains positive despite the bad news. The player played hard despite having no chance of winning. The doctors couldn't save him despite all their efforts.
Driver. A person who operates a vehicle. His father is a careful driver. Their sister is a bad driver. He was killed by a drunk driver. He teaches student drivers. I was the designated driver. My friend works as an ambulance driver. He is a famous race car driver. Nobody likes a backseat driver. Flat. Rented set of rooms in a building for people to live in. We live in a large flat. Our home is the upstairs flat. You should clean the flat. I'm trying to find a flat. I am looking for a new flat. I live in a downtown flat.
Flat. Level, smooth, or even, not able to be changed. The board is flat. He lay on the ground until the tornado passed. I can't seem to make this flat. This area is very flat. She tried to make the papers completely flat. Their yard is nearly flat. He stared out at the flat desert. She used a flat iron to do her hair. Put the books on a flat surface. He stood on a flat rock. She always wears flat shoes. He has a flat tire on his car. The bike ride stays on flat roads. He paid a flat rate.
Flat. Completely. He is flat broke.
Flight. An airplane trip. Act of flying. A set of stairs. He booked a round-trip flight to Europe. The outbound flight was delayed by bad weather. She took a commercial flight to Chicago. The regular flight was canceled. There is a direct flight to Hawaii. I have a short flight home. He takes 3 international flights a month. We booked an early flight. He is doing training flights. He participated in space flights. They took a hot air balloon flight. The jet was the first to achieve supersonic flight. There is a narrow flight of stairs in their house. He caught an early flight home. They just made their flight. She booked a flight to Rome. The team chartered a flight to the game. She called to confirm her flight. Their flight was diverted because of bad weather. The flight took off on time. We watched a flock of geese take flight. Few mammals have achieved flight. He climbs 3 flights of stairs every day at the office. She checked her flight schedule. There have been many flight delays today. He is a flight attendant. The flight crew prepared the plane for departure. He checked the flight instruments. He is going to flight school. They are looking for the flight recorder in the wreckage. He practiced in a flight simulator. The normal flight path goes over the water. Passengers cannot smoke during the flight. They took a flight from Los Angeles. The classroom is up a flight of stairs.
Friend. Someone you enjoy spending time with and know well. She talks to her best friend every day. He lives with some good friends. She has been a loyal friend for many years. He reconnected with a long-lost friend. She takes a vacation with her lifelong friends every year. Does he have any single friends? We met through a mutual friend. She still keeps in touch with many of her childhood friends. They became friends during college. They have stayed friends for many years. He won't make any friends with that attitude. She has 2 really close friends. She ran into a friend from college.
Gain. An increase in the amount of something. They made huge gains in revenue this year. The company has made solid gains in the market this year. They have only made minimal gains this quarter. They are trying to increase future gains. There will be economic gains from the policy change. Lack of exercise can cause weight gain. The company achieved huge gains this year. They are trying to increase net gains. He is trying to minimize weight gain while he's injured. The report showed a minimal gain over the previous year. They reported a slight gain in earnings.
Gain. To get or win something, to increase the amount of something. He quickly gained a bad reputation. Her plan immediately gained recognition. She slowly gained weight after she stopped exercising. They stand to gain a lot from the new rules. She hopes to gain recognition for her work. They tried to gain access to the locked building. She gained a lot of weight from overeating. He gained attention for his work. She finally gained approval for her project. He gained control of the process. They gained the understanding of the system. His ideas are gaining momentum. She has gained a following in the academic community. He gained the strength he needed. He gained the freedom to choose his projects. He finally gained entrance into the room. She gained membership in the organization.
Him. That man or that boy. I saw him this morning. I met him last night. We talked to him yesterday. I am meeting him tonight. I dated him for 3 years. I don't like him. I love him. I don't understand him at all. I don't know him. Length. The distance from one end to the other, the amount of the beginning of something to the end. He had to run the entire length of the football field. They need to know the overall length of the roof. His jump was longer than the average length. She measured the length of the sofa. A football field has an overall length of 120 yards. Alligators can reach a length of over 13 feet. They need to shorten the length of the film. The length increased by 2 feet. There were spectators along the whole length of the golf course. A football field is 120 yards in length.
Magazine. A thin booklet with a paper cover that contains articles and pictures and is usually published every month or week. I read that magazine recently. I am looking at the magazine now. She writes for a women's magazine. We subscribe to various magazines every month. The magazine features recipes each month. I subscribe to a fashion magazine. Popular magazines have the latest gossip. We receive weekly magazines in the mail. We recycle old magazines. Did you see the magazine cover? I don't like the new magazine format. She is a well-known magazine editor. They have articles for every magazine reader. I'll be waiting by the magazine rack. I ordered a magazine subscription. There is nothing interesting in that magazine.
Maybe. Possibly, but not absolutely sure. Perhaps. Maybe the rain will stop by the weekend. Maybe my grandchildren will visit today. Maybe my father will drive us to the party. Maybe it'll snow soon. Maybe I'll get a new bike for my birthday.
Newspaper. Papers printed daily or weekly containing news articles and advertisements. He read the newspaper. The newspaper reported her story. He writes for the newspaper. He's a newspaper editor. I have the latest edition of the newspaper. I read the newspaper column. He has a newspaper stand. Do you get the weekly newspaper? Did you see yesterday's newspaper? I read the evening newspaper. I read about it in the newspaper.
Nice. Polite. Good. The food smells nice. The air feels nice. He seems nice. They had a nice chat. He's a really nice guy. Nice catch. He wrote a nice letter to his mom. What a nice lady. They have nice clothes there. I had a nice breakfast. I took a nice bath. It's been a nice evening. They have a nice house. This is a nice neighborhood. We had a nice time. She is a very nice person. The hotel was nice enough. That must be nice for you. I was nice to him. She was nice about the mistake.
Prefer. To like one thing better than another. They tend to prefer rainy weather. I would prefer to go out tonight. I happen to prefer spicier foods. She usually prefers to go alone. I would greatly prefer a longer vacation. I certainly prefer warmer weather. I just prefer to be alone. He apparently prefers younger women. I prefer to go swimming. I prefer oranges over pears.
Prevent. To stop something from happening. This helps to prevent disease. He wears a mask to prevent contamination. We want to prevent conflict. Video games prevent boredom. How can we prevent pregnancy? How can we possibly prevent another accident? He physically prevented the robbers from entering the house. He tried to prevent her from leaving. Properly, correctly, in an appropriate way. He was not able to heal properly. This machine does not work properly. He did not properly prepare for the day. He didn't pronounce the word properly. He never thanked me properly. The business was not properly managed. He didn't properly repair the sink. The lid was not properly closed. Her meals are properly balanced. She is properly qualified for the job. He was not properly informed of the situation. It was a properly organized event.
Relationship. A connection, a friendship, a romantic partnership. We had a strong relationship. This has ruined our relationship. We ended our relationship. Our relationship has evolved over the years. Let's analyze the relationship between diet and diseases. They discovered a relationship between diet and diseases. I understand the relationship between diet and exercise. How would you describe their relationship? I am having relationship problems. We have a business relationship. There is a clear relationship between pollution and climate change. He survived an abusive relationship. My parents have a loving relationship. They are in a committed relationship. What is the relationship between them? I have no relationship with them.
Rich. Having lots of money. Having a full content. Having a strong taste or flavor. She got rich after opening the business. All of her jewels make her look very rich. The chocolate dessert is very rich in sugar. The mansion is owned by a rich man. There are a lot of rich people in this city. The food is very rich. She has a rich family. She has rich relatives. I ate a rich dessert. We have a rich history. She has a rich imagination. She is very rich. The country is rich in oil.
Save. To rescue someone. To keep something for future use, especially money. The firefighter saved the kitten. Please save your receipt. It is important to save the planet. I want to save my marriage. I need to save money for college. The seat belt probably saved her life. I am saving up to buy a house. They saved the painting from being ruined in the rain. We are trying to save for our honeymoon. Stephen was able to save money on printing costs.
Save. An action that stops a goal from being scored, usually in soccer or hockey. The goalie made an excellent save. Who made that diving save? Did you see that amazing save? How did he make that diving save? There were some great saves by both goalkeepers.
Self. A person's identity or personality. He puts his whole self into his work. She didn't want to show her true self. He was angry at his own self. He wasn't his normal self today. Will he ever be back to his former self? He revealed his true self at the party. She went on a mission to discover her true self.
Shot. The act of firing a gun, a chance. The act of throwing a ball in a sports game, an injection with a needle. The police fired a warning shot. The coach says I have an excellent shot of being chosen. He made a lucky shot at the end of the game. Have you had a flu shot? He aimed his shot carefully. He took a shot at the deer. The shot missed the target. The nurse gives the shots at the doctor's office. She still needs to get the flu shot. He fired the fatal shot from his shotgun. The deer was killed by a single shot to the head. She is going to need a shot of antibiotics to get rid of the infection.
Soon. In a short time. Early. Quickly. The guests are arriving soon. The show will begin soon. It was soon discovered that she was the cause of the accident. The product promises that wrinkles will soon disappear. We will finish the project soon. I will call you as soon as possible. I will be there as soon as I can. He wants it done, the sooner the better. I will be there very soon.
Specifically, in one particular or certain way. He is specifically concerned about his father's health. She is looking for something specifically related to her work. He is specifically trained in Taekwondo. She is specifically interested in telecommunications. He specifically addressed his anger at one person in the crowd. She was aiming at specifically one person. He specifically asked who was invited to the party. He specifically chose the beach for his vacation. Did he mention me specifically? I specifically forbid you from seeing him. She specifically recommended her friend for the job. I specifically remember leaving my keys on the table. They specifically require computer knowledge for the position.
Stand. To be on your feet in an upright position. To be patient with something or someone. Please stand still while I take your picture. He stood awkwardly in front of the arguing couple. He stood barefoot in the sand. Her parents stood quietly by her side. They're just standing around doing nothing. He is unable to stand for a long time. I don't know how you can stand the heat. She cannot stand him.
Stand. A strong effort to defend or oppose something. A small booth or counter where you can buy small items. He took a tough stand against the war. She works at a hamburger stand on the weekends. He took a strong stand against the war. The kids set up a lemonade stand in their neighborhood. He has taken a public stand on the issue of gun control. She made a strong stand against the war.
Teaching. The work of a teacher. An explanation of something. Her excellent teaching has produced smart students. Poor teaching results in lazy students. His remarkable teaching will be remembered by all of his students. She is planning to go into teaching. They are not happy with the new teaching method. He uses various teaching aids. He has been in teaching for many years. His career is moving toward teaching.
Warm. A little hot, not cold. Friendly. It is too warm in here. Her temperature is pretty warm. The room is unusually warm. Are you warm enough? She is a truly warm person. It feels warm in the house. How can we stay warm in the winter? It is getting warm outside. She sounds very warm and friendly. The afternoon was very warm.
Warm. To increase the temperature to almost hot. We slowly warmed our hands by the campfire. Make sure you thoroughly warm the bread before serving it. The heater instantly warmed the room.
Wonderful. Very good. Pleasant. Dinner was absolutely wonderful. He is pretty wonderful, isn't he? The food is wonderful. The menu for the party looks wonderful. The massage feels wonderful. That person is a wonderful actor. It was a wonderful adventure.
Young. Having lived a short time, not old. She is very young. He behaves very young. Eating healthy and exercising keeps her young. She acts fairly young for her age. He looks relatively young for that job. She looks young enough to be my daughter. The young child is starting school soon. The survey is for young adults. She has a young daughter. Ahead. Before. In front of. We must call ahead for a reservation. When I walk my dog, he likes to race ahead. Let's look ahead at our schedules. If you don't want to spoil the book's ending, you shouldn't read ahead. When traveling, it is important to plan ahead. I like meals I can make ahead. How can I get ahead in the company? Go ahead. Ladies first.
Brush. A tool with bristles made from stiff hairs, plastic, or wires, and a handle used for sweeping, painting, or smoothing hair. The job requires a stiff brush. Clean the bathroom with a toilet brush. He needs a paintbrush. They applied paint with a brush. He is using a brush. I run a brush through my hair to get the tangles out. Be careful when you dip the brush into the paint bottle. Don't forget to clean your brushes. She paints with very small brush strokes. She paints with a nylon brush.
Brush. To clean or make smooth with a brush. To touch lightly. She carefully brushed her dog's fur. She brushed back her hair. He lightly brushed my cheek with his hand. She brushed against me. He brushed my hair with his fingers. You need to brush your teeth.
Cell. The smallest living part of the body, a small room for prisoners. Hair is made of dead cells. Radiation damages living cells. The scientist studies blood cells. We are studying animal cells. She was put in a jail cell. The body cannot create new brain cells. Cancer attacks healthy cells. The doctor collected cancerous cells from the patient. Cells divide in order to reproduce. Brain cells die from too much drug use. We are learning about cell growth in biology class. The cell's nucleus was damaged. He was kept in the holding cell at the police station. Couple. Two people or things, two people in a romantic relationship. They make an adorable couple. The happy couple walked down the beach. The elderly couple celebrated their anniversary. The engaged couple checked in to the hotel. They make a great couple.
Daily. Happening every day. The meeting happens on a daily basis. The doctor recommended daily exercise. He gets a daily allowance. I have daily errands. I write a daily journal. She really enjoys our daily visits.
Daily. Happening every day. I commute to work daily. I've been checking the mail daily. Dealer. A person or business that buys or sells things. They are an authorized dealer. Ford is a reputable dealer. He is a private dealer. The shady dealer could not be trusted. The drug dealer got arrested. She is an antiques dealer. The car dealer offers used cars. Most cars are bought through a dealer. He is a dealer of art. Debate. A formal discussion to express different views. There is a growing debate over religion in schools. They had a heated debate about global warming. Can we have a rational debate? The town hall is hosting a public debate. It has been an endless debate. The president will have a brief debate. I saw him on a televised debate. The congressional debate is on TV. Let's have a debate. She may lose the debate. The mayor dominated the debate. The debate will take place on Friday. The television network will host the presidential debate. The topic is under debate. The debate between the two parties is getting out of control. They are having a debate on global warming. He is having a debate with the mayor. He was nervous during the debate. Who is the debate moderator? He is on the debate team at school. People were criticizing the president's debate performance.
Debate. To discuss the different views of a topic. We fully debated on religion in schools. The two actors openly debated about cosmetic surgery. They debated endlessly on many community issues. He wants to debate with you. We like to debate the issue.
Discover. To find. Her daughter quickly discovered the birthday presents. He suddenly discovered his purpose here. She accidentally discovered the hidden passageway. Who originally discovered this land? Scientists are working to discover the answer. We are trying to discover love.
Ensure. To make certain that something happens. He practically ensured the success of the project. This repair only ensures that the machine will work until the new part arrives. We must ensure that all students are safe in their dormitories. He tried to ensure the success of the project. This machine is designed to ensure higher production. The school ensures employment for all graduates. He ensures the accuracy of the data. They are working to ensure cooperation on this project. The Postal Service ensures delivery, even during bad weather. The college ensures fairness in the application process.
Exit. The way out. The act of leaving. A place for traffic to leave the highway. They left through the back exit. I will wait by the main exit. We need to find the emergency exit. I'm heading for the nearest exit. She thinks this house has a secret exit. He was embarrassed and made a sudden exit. Extra gates will be open to allow for an easy exit after the show. She made a dramatic exit from the stage. She will get off at the next exit. We headed for the exit. They finally reached the exit. The police blocked the exit. They made a quick exit from the building. We will take the next exit. They need to replace the exit sign. The exit door is well marked. We planned an exit route. We are debating the proper exit strategy. He has to complete an exit interview before graduation. Her car broke down on the exit ramp. He made his way toward the exit. There is only one exit from this room. She found an exit to the street. The driver missed the exit for the airport.
Exit. To leave. She needs some help to exit the car. We exited the elevator and admired the view. They are waiting for him to exit the room.
Expect. To think something will happen or someone will do something. To wait for someone or something to arrive. To consider something is necessary. He confidently expects to be chosen. She fully expected her students to listen. I do not necessarily expect this project to be easy. They were half expecting their idea to fail. He initially expected his job to be easy. I don't seriously expect her to understand my point. She expects effort from her students. I'm expecting an answer from him today. The weatherman said to expect snow. She is expecting some good news. He always expects the worst. He expects honesty from his employees. I'm expecting visitors later. The company expects backlash for their announcement. His failure was expected. They are expecting a baby next year. Experienced. Having knowledge or skill in a specific job or activity. He is an experienced teacher. The candidates seem experienced. She is trying to become more experienced. He is an extremely experienced pilot. She is quite experienced as a photographer. He is an experienced lawyer. We need an experienced actor for this project. They are looking for an experienced professional to fix this. They want an experienced guide to show them around. This program is geared towards experienced users. They have a very experienced staff at this location. I need an experienced eye to look this over.
Fail. To not be successful. To not do something. I tried to write my paper in one night but failed miserably. His behavior never fails to attract attention. She completely failed the driving test. That plan cannot fail. Her idea is bound to fail. He failed in his duties to inform us of the changes. His appeal failed and he was sent to prison. Her approach failed to make a difference. Their experiment failed miserably. The negotiations failed to reach a solution. Our attempts to negotiate failed. Her health is failing. Their marriage failed. The brakes failed, so he can't drive the car. The system has failed us. She failed that exam. He was disappointed that he failed his audition. The business failed the inspection and had to shut down. The doctor said that I failed my physical.
Finding. Information that is discovered as a result of research. We're learning about the important findings of this study. His findings were very interesting. The early findings weren't very useful. He disagrees with the new findings. This report presents his scientific findings. We're supposed to record our findings. He will announce his findings at the meeting. They published the findings of the study. I need to explain his findings. They won't comment on the new findings. Other studies have confirmed the findings. The findings were based on many factors. His findings suggest the need for more research. The findings will lead to changes in the process. We are reading new findings about global warming. He questioned the findings from the recent study.
Front. Something that faces forward or comes first. The main battlefield of a war. True feelings that are hidden. He was wounded on the Eastern Front. They presented a united front at the meeting. She put on a brave front at the funeral. They sent new troops to the front. They put on a brave front in public. The teachers formed a unified front before the meeting. He had barely arrived at the front when he was wounded. The battle on the Eastern Front ended at dawn. His dangerous decisions are a front for his insecurities.
Front. Leading. First. Put that box in the front bedroom. She always sits on the front bench. Don't use the front entrance. The front bumper on his car needs repairs. She's working in the front yard. I thought I put my keys in my front pocket. The front step is broken. We like to sit on the front porch. The vet checked the dog's front leg. She lost her front tooth. His picture was on the front page of the newspaper. He was sent to the front line. Function. A purpose of something, a special event. This piece serves an important function in the machine. He has a critical function in our organization. The main function of this system is to process data. This machine serves a specific function. This item is often used for things other than its original function. They are running some tests on his brain function. His bodily function is intact despite the injury. She has a dual function as both teacher and administrator. We are attending a charity function this weekend. He has many functions within our organization. They are holding a charity function next month. He has to attend many official functions.
Function. To work or operate in a particular way. The organization functions efficiently. We are trying to make this function perfectly. Things are not functioning properly. This machine barely functions. The engine is functioning poorly. This system is designed to function independently. He didn't learn how it actually functions. This functions mainly as a backup. The group still functions despite lack of funding. The group is unable to function under these restrictions. We are able to function while waiting for new information. Her body began to function normally with the new medication. The plan has ceased to function as expected. Everything continues to function normally. The system is not functioning in a normal way. Her brain is functioning properly again.
Heavy. Weighs a lot. Greater than normal. Thick. That box is really heavy. He is getting too heavy to carry. The books are making this box really heavy. I don't find that heavy. The rain is really heavy today. Traffic gets heavy in the afternoon. My suitcase is extremely heavy. Heavy rain is in the forecast. You need training to use heavy equipment. I need a heavy blanket to keep me warm. The castle has a heavy door. Secure the gate with a heavy chain. Heavy fog covered the city. He is moving a heavy load. He has a heavy accent. There is heavy traffic today. She wears heavy makeup. She received a heavy sentence for her crimes. The doctors are keeping her under heavy sedation. Be careful moving heavy weights. He was a heavy smoker for many years. That was a really heavy meal.